sacrifice your family for your happiness, or would you sacrifice your happiness for your family?
I will never sacrifice me for no one, not even my children, because, you know, your children, they grow up, they make their own lives.
Respectfully, I need to focus on myself, because if I'm not happy, I don't want to accidentally take it out on my kids or my family.
I would definitely go for my happiness, and I don't think that's sacrificing the family actually when you seek your happiness.
I've actually been there and done that, and I did choose my happiness. So there's no way I can stay in an environment where I won't thrive, I can't think, I don't feel free. I'm not doing that.
This is the reason why women initiate 70 to 80% of the divorces, because you prioritize your happiness over your family. Life, to be honest, isn't about happiness. Life is about purpose and duty. We were all put on this planet to procreate. Now, when you have a marriage, that's a duty. It isn't about happiness. It's a duty. You have some kids, and then it's always going to be ups and downs.
Hey, Shalom, it's your brother Yvonne. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing the truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. The question that the speaker posed in the clip in the beginning of the video was basically, hey, man, are you willing to sacrifice your happiness for something bigger than yourself? And when you come into this truth, you understand that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself. You understand? So there's going to be instances where, it doesn't feel good, to be persecuted, to be, looked at a certain way by loved ones, by the world. It doesn't feel good to still go out here and prophesy for these people so that the elect could be, sealed up. Shit don't always feel good, but you don't sink the ship because you had a day that, you didn't like, or you were uncomfortable in a moment. That's what women will do. They'll sink the whole ship and then regret it down the line because they don't have the foresight. But the Lord has given us the ultimate foresight. He's told us how the movie ends. All right? Now, whether or not you get to be a part of the winning side of how the movie ends, again, that's also up to him, okay? Because you have to be chosen before the foundations of the earth. But, again, your mission and your happiness should be tied to what the Lord is trying to forward in the earth. That's really the loop in the question for a spiritual person right there when he said, are you willing to sacrifice? Your happiness is even being sacrificed because you're about what the Lord is about, okay? The scriptures, the Lord tells us that he's married unto us. So we're in a position of the wife at that point, and a wife is supposed to do what? I always tell you guys, forward the will of her husband, okay? So a wife is a helpmate. That's what she was put there for. That's what she was created for, to be fruitful and multiply and be a helpmate, to forward the will of her husband. And the husband's will is always going to be the will of the Father. All right, so understanding that, there isn't any sacrificing of your happiness. Now, a worldly person, okay, especially the women, is tied to, their happiness is tied to partaking in activities that's tied to whoredom. The men, usually it's going to be, likewise, but mostly it's going to be serving mammon, like it talks about in Matthew the 6th chapter. You cannot serve God and mammon. All right, and that was written in red, and mammon is the god of money. You are what you give your time to. So if you're giving your time and your energy to something and it's taking precedence over the Lord's will, the Lord's work, the time that you give him, then what? It's become an idol unto you. It's become a god unto you. You understand? So a lot of people, they're idol worshipers. They may not see it that way, but indeed they are. Okay? So again, your happiness is tied to forwarding the will of the husband. Okay? His duty takes precedence over everything. It makes me think of the account with Ezekiel, when the Lord, was Ezekiel the 24th chapter, I believe, when the Lord smited Ezekiel's wife. He told him, hey, don't cry, don't fret. I need you to go out there and prophesy and warn the people of the perils that's about to befall them. I need you to fulfill your purpose. Ezekiel went out there and did it, and that was an upright man. That Ezekiel was a man that was chosen before the foundations of the earth. We want to be a part of that number. The Lord already told us how this movie gonna end, and we want to be on the winning side of it, right? So we got to be like Ezekiel, man. Even when things don't feel good, even when you're put in an uncomfortable situation, you fulfill your purpose nonetheless. Okay? So all those women on that panel, again, and the scriptures tell you that the flock of the Lord's sheep are men. That's why the Lord puts men in leadership positions, because this is something even men that aren't in the truth, they understand the ins and outs of being a part of something bigger than themselves. All right, but we're about restoring our people, our nation. And by doing that, because we are the chosen family, the earth is going to be restored. Righteousness is going to go forth on the earth, and it's going to be a better situation for all creatures. You understand? So we're a part of we have the biggest occupation that anyone can have. Understanding that. So, oh no, it's not back here. So when you understand that, man, it allows you to move in a way where you can brush off a lot of the fleshly concerns, the fleshly adversities that you deal with, because you like, man, look, I got bigger fish to fry. You understand? And that's the mentality that you got to be able to move with in this walk. It's not always going to feel good. You're not always going to be appreciated. And if that's what you're looking for, it's going to be a tough thing to do, to be in this thing for the long haul. If your engine, runs off of feelings instead of purpose. You understand? So, Abaratazah, just a quick lesson. Abaratazah, it was edifying. You put comments precepts on the comment board. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Ruach HaKodash. I want to give double honors to apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.